There we go. The White Horse Tavern is an especially historic building by Newport standards, but it's got an even bigger distinction than that. Opened in 1673, it's the oldest operating tavern in America. In fact, the White Horse Tavern predates the city of Newport itself. While people first lived there as far back as 1639, the city wasn't incorporated until 1784. The building that houses the tavern was originally constructed in 1652 as the home of English colonist Francis Brindley. Williams Mays Sr. converted the building into a tavern in 1673, and for a century, the building hosted meetings of the Rhode Island Colony's General Assembly and Newport's Criminal Court and City Council. In fact, Thomas Cornell, who was accused of his mother's murder using her ghostly testimony, was tried and convicted there. In 1702, Mays' son took over the tavern. The Mays family ran the White Horse Tavern for the next 2 centuries. During that time, esteemed guests such as George Washington dined in the tavern, where it's rumored that he strategized on the Battle of Yorktown with his soldiers. The restaurant was totally restored in 1954. Today, the White Horse Tavern serves a fine dining menu that leans heavily on New England seafood that comes in fresh off the fishing boats just a few blocks away. The second story of the building once housed overnight guests, and in 1720, one man died in his sleep from what's believed to be smallpox. Today, people report seeing a spirit in colonial-era garb by a fire downstairs in the tavern, whom they think may have been that man. Others say they've seen a woman walking around the dining room and then disappearing by the fireplace. According to legend, she was captured in a photograph taken in the restaurant. It was a modern photo taken in the last 20 or so years and on display for a long time until it was mysteriously stolen. No other copy is known to exist. Another entity in the restaurant is believed to be a benevolent spirit who oversees the restaurant. People report being tapped on the shoulder only to have no one there when they turn around. People also say they hear a little girl crying upstairs, although no one is there. Sometimes they even hear phantom footsteps coming from empty rooms. And the recipe for that is lobster mac and cheese, which looks so fucking delicious. But that is the White Horse Tavern. I feel like that was probably the nicest one we've read so far.